hearts. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Barely made it. Actually, I'm 5 minutes late. I barely made it for morning. Got 15 minutes left. So it's afternoon. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good day. Been having nightmares the last 3 nights. I forget my ugh. Forgot it again. I guess it's just gonna be ritual. Ow. It's funny because I have a fan and it is partially I partially use it to calm me down or to cool me down, but I also use it. It's a comfort thing. I don't know why. I just feel better when I have a fan when I'm speaking. But microphones aren't big on fans. So, because I still get nervous and stuff doing this. Absolutely, I do. Kind of in the spotlight. Kinda. Nobody's here, so not really. Nobody's here yet. It takes a few minutes for people to kind of show up. Some of my regular watchers are camping, so not really anticipating too many people. I think some other people may have had enough of Dion for a minute, which it's fine. People switch around and do stuff all the time. And sometimes a bunch of people I haven't seen in a while show up. So you never know. And isn't that kind of how life is? Sometimes you're doing it alone and sometimes you're doing it with a group of people, So there's a lot of people that pre-record and stuff and they do it themselves. And so see, I'm not alone in that. I kind of like the live aspect though. I like the interaction. So I'll be doing some things. I might be getting bigger. We'll see how that turns out. I may turn off commenting on some things because I want to hear the bullshit. I just want to help people. I'm not going to sit there and answer people that don't care about the shit talkers. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it ain't happening right now. None of that is happening right now. So that makes it a moot point. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name's Dion. I don't quite have the brain capacity I usually have today. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Both valid places to say hello. Just as a reminder that if I'm reading about this and you have a different experience, you want to say something, please throw it in chat. We're here to hear we want to hear your experience. That's why it's here. And your experience may be different from mine. And it's all right. It's all right. Now, let's get started. We're going to be in the big book. We will be in the big book. Page 132, which is usually about the only spot we read from the family afterward. There are 3 chapters in here. They get overlooked a lot. The family afterward, not so much, but it does a little. People are like, oh, I don't need to read that. 2 wives, 2 employers. Did you read those chapters? Because I read them. Did you read those with your sponsor? Nobody ever talks about it. So, what are we going to say on it? Yeah, we fucked up. Yeah, we fucked up. All right. Right. So, but it's important that we read those so that we know where wives and employers or partners, significant others, where they're coming from, man. We put them through a lot of abuse, and um, now it's our turn for some patience, tolerance, kindness, and love, right? Yeah. All right. What's this? Separate with. Okay. Separate with experience. Okay. It's my chat GPT. It's like, what in the heck was I writing? We have been speaking to you of serious, sometimes tragic things. We have been dealing with alcohol in its worst aspect. Now, it could have gotten worse. We talk about alcoholic deaths. Those are pretty drastic. Those things are pretty, yeah. The thing is Alcoholics Anonymous, it can be hard sometimes. You might meet someone that, you get along with really well, and then they're gone. They went out. They fucking disappear on you. It hurts. Don't let this deter you from working your own program. Do not base your program or your recovery upon people with the same amount of time as you. Remember, we talked about quality versus quantity yesterday. Okay. And we all get the same chance every morning. You get the same chance I do. It is the grace of God. I go to bed a recovered alcoholic, and I wake up a hopeless, helpless, chronic drunk again. And I repeat the process. And at that point, I have a choice. I have a choice. You do too. If the obsession of alcohol has been relieved, you now have a choice. I have a choice over the drink. I don't want it. And when it does become kind of a choice, I recoil as from a hot flame. No, thank you. And that is because I steep myself in Alcoholics Anonymous every day. Now, you don't have to do it all day long, but, taking an hour out of the 23 hours in a day, I don't think is that big of a deal. What are our priorities here? Okay. Now, we didn't get sober just to have one tragic thing after another, to have one problem after another. We didn't get sober so that we couldn't spend time with family. We didn't get sober so that we couldn't do these things. That's exactly why we got sober. So we could start enjoying the things in life, like going to Waterworld or jet skiing, or maybe you like to paint. These are the beautiful things amongst alcoholics. Alcoholics have a shit ton of talent, man. We make some beautiful things. We can also create very ugly things. Choose the beautiful. But what was that choice I was talking about? The choice was God or the liquor store. That's the choice you make in the morning, and it's very powerful. And you go to God. Good job. That's awesome. You may not even know that you had it, but you do. But Dion, I don't have any choice over drinking. Absolutely, you do. Once the obsession is gone. Now, if I ever decide to take that first drink, now the choice has been made and it's over with. After I take the first drink, I no longer have any choice on how much more I'm going to consume. The choice is now gone. It's zero. It's got to be zero for me. That's got to be the choice. All right, but we are the Glum lot. If newcomers could see no joy or fun in our existence, they wouldn't want it. Okay. Now, if you've been around long enough, you may have heard a tradition, the 12th tradition, where it says, where we practice principles before personalities. But before that, it talks about attraction. We are an attraction, not promotion system, program. Yeah. Ba-ding. Ba-ding. You are now free to move about the country. Who's ba-dinging me? Oh, okay. That's the ba-dinging. The ba-dinging. We absolutely insist on enjoying life. We try not to indulge in the cynicism over the state of the nations, nor do we carry the world's troubles on our shoulders. When we see a man sinking into the mire that is alcohol, we give him first aid and place what we have at his disposal. And we're happy to do this. I am. I'm happy to do it because I have found no greater joy than watching, not that it wasn't a joy putting my own life back together, but it was kind of hard. So I didn't see it like, my life like other people's. It's a matter of perception, right? Like what people think of me and what I am are probably a little different, right? But there's no greater joy than watching somebody put their lives back together, watching their kids come back, seeing them smile for the first time, seeing the relief that life is a little bit better now. Yeah, that kind of stuff, you know. Sorry, it's just something funny. For his sake, we do recount and almost relive the horrors of the past. Well, I'll recount them, but I don't relive them anymore. All right, that's part of my PTSD. Um, and I've had nightmares the last 3 nights, man. I hope they are not coming back. Um, yeah, they're those nightmares are no fun, man. And I'm certainly not. Making less of anybody else's dreams and things like that because I know those first drunk dreams can be really freaking scary, man. They can be really scary. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, gosh, I wish they were only drunk dreams. It isn't the alcohol that scares me. I know I'm sober. Even in my dreams, I pretty much know that I'm sober. Although I do go through the I messed it up, and no, it's violence, a lot of violence, and I'm like 17, maybe a little younger, maybe 15. It's it's hard to describe. At least in these ones, I'm not homeless. Anyway, so we do recount. We'll go through things. Hey, I know what that's like. Like yesterday, so they came in, first time they'd ever been to AA, DUI. Well, there are people in there with DUI experience, so they're like, "Hey, you got this, you got that taken care of, you got this," and we supported him. We did not at one point, oh well, gosh, yeah, you shouldn't do that. Da, da, da. But what we did is we gave support. Do you have this taken care of? Do you have that? Because if not, we have resources here to help you out with that. We hope you come back. But if this meeting didn't fit you, we would recommend that you try several other meetings besides us. Yeah, unless you feel it, but listen to your intuition. What do? We gave him back his power, man. We gave him back his power. I'm powerless over alcohol, people, places, and things, but I'm not powerless with my own stuff. And we gave him his power back. You could feel his load lighten just a little bit, right? And I hope we do see him again today. Right? He might find another meeting. He might find another meeting. He's like, oh man, okay, these people are my people. They're great. That is awesome. I'm glad you found it. I wish it would have been with us, because I'm kind of selfish. But the fact that they even did it, oh, man, I love it. I love it. They're going to go through their first weekend sober to find out that it's okay. They're going to come back on Monday. Well, that was an experience. Right? But those of us who have tried to shoulder the entire burden and trouble of others find we are soon overcome by them. Right? Burnout. I've seen people burn out. I have. I've burnt out myself. All right. So I don't take on more than 3 sponsees at a time. I can't have more than three. But see, I like right now I have one sponsee, and I don't. There, he's not my sponsee anymore. Come on, we're friends now. Now we meet once a week. We just, we finished all of our stuff yesterday. We're like, what are we gonna do now? What should we do now? And we came up with all these options. We're thinking about taking every other week to go live and talk about our experiences and stuff because we talk very well. We've been working together for a while, year and a half, I think. Not sure. I'd have to ask them. All right. These are the pleasures in life. These are good things in life. If he's a little bit off, I know it. If I'm a little off, he knows it. And he knows a lot of stuff of what's going on in my life, too. There's no sponsee. What we have is two closed mouth friends that are supporting each other through life. That's what it comes down to. And what a neat relationship to have. There's no expectation there. Man, he may even be one of my very good friends now that I think about it. That guy snuck in. I'm just a Virgo. Don't be upset if I don't call you friend. It takes years with me. There's only one person in this whole world when I first met them that I knew that they were supposed to be in my life. One person. And I am married to her. The moment I met her when I was 17 years old, I knew she was supposed to be in my life. That's what I knew. It was overwhelming. It was weird. And I still feel that way. I'm 54 now. Every time I think about that relationship, I'm like, this is the exact relationship I'm supposed to be in. Yeah, we challenge each other. We make each other grow. We push. We prod. I tell my wife sometimes, I saw this thing and it said, if your husband isn't the person that annoys you the most, you're with the wrong person. Because that's me. Right. And on top of that, I am not easy to live with. Go ask my children how easy it is to. Now, I'm not overbearing, but you do something wrong. I'm not that. I'm not that. I'm not that way as much anymore. I've relaxed on a lot of things. A lot of things. But you think I did it for them? No, I did that for my own peace of mind, man. All right, let's get back to this. So we think that cheerfulness and laughter make for usefulness. Outsiders are sometimes shocked when we burst into merriment over a seemingly tragic experience out of the past. But why shouldn't we laugh? We have recovered and been given the power to help others. In grassroots, we burst into laughter over everything, man. We try and find the humor in everything. I don't know if you noticed, but pretty much everything that I do has a lot of humor in it. It should. I can laugh at some of the things that I did in life. Not all of them. Some of them are not laughing situations, but those are not going to be brought up in everyday conversation. Right? And then you start going to a meeting, you find a home group, and after being there for 3 weeks, almost every single day, you know what starts to happen? You start catching the running jokes. We have running jokes in the meeting. We do. When it comes to it's pretty cool because, you know, when it comes to the parking lot meeting, we're usually there for 10, 20, sometimes another hour. It's quite often I'm like, can I make somebody else host? I kind of gotta get going myself. But you guys, and really depends on what people want. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, I think I'm talking to myself into a circle there. Everybody knows that those in bad health and those who seldom play do not laugh much. So let each family play together or separately, as much of their circumstances warrant. We are sure God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. We cannot subscribe to the belief that that this life is a vale of tears, though it once was just for that for many of us. I know it was for me. It was. I do not miss any of it, including the good times. And not all my drinking career was bad times. There were a lot of good times. Okay. But those good times involved drinking and eventually did lead to other bullshit. I mean, these were just instances in life. These were just snapshots in life. When I'm saying I had good times, it means I went somewhere for an hour or two. It was perfect. That's what I mean by that. I didn't get much more than that. At the end of my drinking career, my wife and I sat down and figured out how much time during the day Dion is all right. It was about 10 minutes. It wasn't very long. Now I'd have to do the opposite. I'd have to figure out the time on how long Dion's miserable during the day. I'd have to go the opposite way now. Yeah. So it was a veil of tears. You know, when you're told you got 6 months to leave, you know, people don't cheer. Well, they might. Hey, you know, when I got here, there's no way I could have found 6 people to carry my casket. Now I'm pretty sure I could probably pull together 6 people to do that. And that feels fucking great. God, that's nice. Even makes me misty-eyed a little bit. Yeah. Because I could find a lot more than 6 people now. People would actually be honored. Wow, what a difference. What a big difference, right? And I can't subscribe to the belief that I've got to be sad for the rest of my life now. And I'm very sure that God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. I think he wants that for all of us. So I'm going to go find it. I'm going to go find more of it because most of my life is pretty happy, joyous, and free. For the most part, it's me that creates the problems. It's me that makes my life difficult. For the most part, I'm not saying there aren't circumstances, but there's no point in making it harder on myself than it needs to be. Right? But it's clear we made our own misery. See, there it is. See, I create it. Even to this day, it says, but it's clear that we made. Now, even to this day, a problem is not a problem until I decide it is a problem. Until then, it is an opportunity, right, to demonstrate his omnipotence, which is coming up. So the next line, but it's clear that we made our own misery. God didn't do it. Avoid then the deliberate manufacture of misery. But if trouble comes, cheerfully capitalize it as an opportunity to demonstrate his omnipotence. Let's go look up omnipotence because I can tell you now, most of us don't know what it means. I'm not being mean, okay, but there's nothing wrong with being naive, which just means you don't know yet. Omnipotence. Definition is omnipotence. Just give us the is the omnipotence is the property of being all powerful. Okay, so I was pretty close on what I thought it was. Right. But in this case, what are we looking for? Yeah, it means all powerful. Okay. So demonstrating it in our case, it's going to include what? Love is going to include love, tolerance, patience, and kindliness. We're going to do the best that we can. Am I all powerful? No, I don't even want to be anymore. I don't want to be. It's too much work. I'd rather do the steps. They're a lot easier than playing God. All right. Thank you very much, all, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and have